Hi you guys, today I'm going to show you how to make these incredibly crispy and crunchy gluten-free coconut shrimp. They're so easy to make. They are absolutely delicious. My husband and son say they're better than anything they've had in any restaurant. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make them. So I'm starting by making the sauce first, which is like a sweet and slightly spicy sauce. And it starts with orange marmalade, and I'm adding to that sweet chili sauce along with honey, Dijon mustard, and a little bit of hot sauce. And we'll just whisk this all up to combine and then put it in the fridge and let it sit in there until we're ready to fry up our shrimp. I apologize for my voice, by the way. I've been sick ever since coming back from Disney World, and I haven't been able to shake this nasally feeling, so I apologize. So let's get on to the breading station. We're going to start with some all-purpose gluten-free flour. I'm using mine, of course. You can use a store-bought blend. I haven't tried it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. It's just a light coating on the shrimp. So we set that aside, add salt and pepper to it as well. And then we're going to do 2 eggs. This is for like a tempura style batter. It's a really thin batter and it really works really great in this recipe. This is not my recipe, by the way. This is Chef Billy Parisi. I'll leave a link above for his video of the coconut shrimp. Of course, I made them my own by making them gluten-free, but he's the one who came up with this and it is to die for. So to these eggs, I'm going to add some club soda. You can also use probably like gluten-free beer if you wanted to. And this is cornstarch, and the cornstarch really makes it crunchy and extra light and crispy. And then also a little bit more of my all-purpose flour blend. And we'll just mix those together. See how light and thin this batter is? It's just like a tempura style batter. And then of course I add salt and pepper to this step as well. And then for our third dipping bowl, we have the coconut. And I've always seen recipes where they just do coconut. And I don't know, for some reason, it's not what I remember restaurant coconut shrimp to be like. So Billy Parisi adds breadcrumbs, and I think this is genius. And that's what I've done. I've used my own breadcrumbs. This is my own recipe. Which you'll find on the website, and I'll leave a link for that below. I don't have an actual video for it, but it really makes use of leftover stale gluten-free bread. So just mix those together, get up all the lumps. And what I'm doing with my shrimp now, you don't have to do this, but I find that they lie a little more flat if you do this. These are already peeled and deveined, and I'm taking a small nut paring knife and just cutting a few slits into the underside of the shrimp, and that helps them from curling right up. So we dip it in the flour first, the flour mixture, and then into that tempura style batter and shake it off, and then into the coconut mixture. And when you put it in the coconut mixture, make sure to press down really good so that all of that adheres nicely so that you get as much maximum coconut flavor and crunch as you can. So here again, just dipping the shrimp. Using the tail is so easy. I always leave the tail on when I'm doing this kind of shrimp just to make it easier actually to work with. And then we're going to put these on a parchment lined baking sheet in a single layer. And by the way, I'm using I think they're called super colossal frozen shrimp that I have thawed. and just cover it and put it in the fridge for at least a half an hour. And there are instructions in the post for how to do this a little more in advance if you'd like to. And meanwhile, we're going to get our our oil heating up in a Dutch oven. And this is to 350. So now what I saw Chef Parisi do is kind of wave them back and forth, and I think that's just to keep them from sticking to the bottom and sticking to themselves. It kind of gets that frying started before you let them go and let them decide where they want to stick to. So these are enormous shrimp. I think the biggest I could find at any store. And they were just frozen in a package, super colossal. They are like 13 to 15 count, which just means that that's how many you'll find in a pound. So you can use smaller if you want more of like an appetizer style shrimp, but we wanted these as our main dish, and I'm so glad I bought these. And I said to my husband and son, should I buy smaller ones? And they said, no, we really like these big ones, and I have to agree. I love jumbo shrimp. So just kind of move them around, make sure they're not sticking to one another. You can also shallow fry these, I bet. You just need to flip them over each side, and you may have some stickage problems with that. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it would work. And I know somebody's going to ask me about air frying, and I bet these would work wonderfully in an air fryer. You just need to spray them liberally with nonstick spray, and I would say get them in your air fryer for the same 350, maybe for the same amount of time. It just depends. Everybody's air fryer is different. So let these drain on paper towels. And you want to do these in batches, of course. You don't want to overcrowd because it will bring the temperature way down if you do that. But it's so easy to do these shrimp. Like, I've already made these, I think 3 times since discovering this recipe. And every time we just cannot wait to dig in. I mean, listen to this crunch. I mean, is that crunchy and crispy or what? They are so good. I'm going to double dip now and take another bite. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe.